Hey Piyush, how are you doing?
Very well, Salma. How are you doing?
Good, good. So आज हम लोग बात करेंगे that how was your journey? We've been working from quite some time, right? So wanted to understand few things from you. Wanted your input to understand how was your overall experience in financial planning. So with financial planning, before when we started, it's been more than 3 4 years when we started. Where were you? And today, how confident you are when it comes to your finances?
So Salma, I'll probably say that it's been 5 years that we have started working together, and probably, when we first spoke 5 years back, it was probably the start of my financial journey. I didn't have a set plan in place, so there was no any sort of planning in the financial planning bit. And I think what I really like the fact that you put a very goal based approach to the entire exercise. You put aside that there is a certain amount of money that we should be putting for rainy days in terms of contingency funds. I didn't have adequate insurance covers, be it life or health, and I think you also specified which are the exact covers by my needs and not going by a textbook answer.
Correct.
Once those contingency funds and the insurance needs were taken care of, then I think
Yeah.
you adopted a very goal based approach to the planning, which is something that I really appreciate in the entire exercise.
Right. So we worked first on fundamentals and then we started investing journey, because if we first start investing journey and have not worked on fundamental, you never know when will you need money, and then you may end up again breaking your investment and get back to zero again and then start from scratch. So it's always
Right,
good idea to start with the fundamentals followed by the investment for your goals. ठीक है, I'm
right.
really happy to hear that. Few more questions. Another thing is, if you have to share as a, because we have seen this journey, you starting from fresh till here. Uh, Overall, if you have to say, that one valuable outcome or one valuable, thing which you've achieved from this entire process, be it peace of mind, be it getting more clarity on your goals, or anything which you feel is something you would like to share with people who are listening to us, that how financial planning has helped you, that will be really amazing.
So, Sarma, I think one of the best things is that because everything is now mapped into goals, there
Hmm.
is very little scope for any kind of ambiguity in the process. Before I started the journey, there were a lot of things in my mind that okay, there are these dozen objectives for which I need to put my money into. Now, which investments, which class of funds, which returns. You
Right.
multiply it, and you're talking about a very, very big puzzle that needs to be solved. So I think because everything is being mapped to goals, whether these are short term or these are long term goals, it has provided a very structured approach to how do you approach, investment. So it's not just about looking, okay, how much I'm getting as a bank for my buck in terms of returns. It's
Right.
about how these monies will help me achieve different short term and long term goals.
Right. So ultimate peace of mind is by knowing whatever you are willing to achieve, whichever goal you are willing to achieve, and how much ever money you need in the goal year, whether that will be possible to achieve with existing, or you need to invest some more to fill that gap, right? So
Yes.
goal-based
Yes.
investing is something which was really valuable, which you felt in the entire process.
Right.
Amazing. And the last question is expectation versus reality. So when we started, what was your expectation, and whatever we discussed, right, the process and flow, did you feel that what you expected in this process versus you also got it as a delivery, or it was over, or maybe something I need to improve on?
So, Sharma, I think one of the biggest outcomes of this exercise for me has been overlooking, or let's say, looking beyond, zooming it out, and looking investments and financial planning more from a return risk perspective. I think before I started working with you, my
Yeah.
entire prism was okay, looking at okay, if X rupees are invested, typically how much interest or how much return you are getting out of it. And I think
Correct.
I've been able to zoom it out and look and understand that okay, because life has different priorities, life has different goals. Each goals need to be mapped to a different financial objective. So I think that's been the biggest outcome, that we have been able to zoom it out, look things from a very holistic perspective.
Right.
So that's been the biggest positive. The other big positive, Salma, of course, is that as you know, you have been working with me, that I am somebody who always has a lot of questions. So I'm somebody
Mhm.
who goes into a lot of details. I typically want to be completely satisfied in my
Yes,
mind before I commit to something. And I like the approach that you are always up for a very healthy debate, and you will
right,
kind of put options on the table and let the person on the other side take that call. So I think that gives me a lot of satisfaction, because the discussions that we go through in terms of
right.
investment, I need to be fully convinced before
Yes,
buying into the logic of what you are saying. And I think because you allow the freedom for the other person to take that call and do not
yes.
unilaterally impose those decisions, is something that I also really enjoy.
I'm glad to hear that you loving the entire conversation, and ultimately it's your money, your call. I'm here to guide, of course, but giving you two perspective, three perspective, it actually helps you to decide, yes, this is what I was looking for, right? So it's rather I would say advisor and client relationship. It's more of friend plus advisor relationship is what you
Yes,
are enjoying the most.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing. And the last question, with people who are confused whether should start doing financial planning versus just a random investing is okay. Do you have anything to say for them?
I think they should all look to have a very structured financial planning in process. I think for every important part of our life, be it respect to health, be it respect to our career professional, we are always never hesitant to seek out any kind of professional help. Given that investments, mapping of goals is something which is very, very important. So I think
Right,
that is area where somebody really needs a professional advice. Especially, I think if you are in the daily grind, you would always tend to deprioritize your financial goals. And I
right,
think that's it's important to go to a trusted professional who knows this in and out, and who can
right,
help you. So people won't think twice before, let's say, investing in a health coach or an app which kind of helps take monitor their daily performance. Given that money is probably as equally important, that this
right.
is something that they should also really look very seriously towards.
Right. Thank you so much for all your input, Piyush. Really means a lot to me. And looking forward for more and more years to be together and guiding you till you retire, till I retire, and probably even after that. So it
Yeah.
was really nice talking to you.
Thank you,
And
sir. It's been a great journey for me as well. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your input.